Yo, what it do, YouTube? Johnny here, and welcome everybody to another episode of Planet Zoo here in JPG Nature Park. Right now, we are joined by our little friend. With this. Hello? There we go. We're joined by our little friend James, the baby beaver, badger. And yeah, we are joined by him today. And off cam, what I did was I made a new sign, JPG Nature Park. It's got a little deer and a fox. Pretty cool stuff. This also kind of teases what our next enclosure is, which I did get started on because I figured this episode would be way too long if I didn't, do some of the stuff now and not later. Another thing, I did put a solar panel over there by the shops because one of them actually wasn't being powered. So there's that now. Let's see, that research, cool. But yeah, here's the badgers, which is what we built in the last episode. And is this just so happened to be... there should be somebody already on around to this. So, you guys probably saw it in the corner of the screen. This is going to be our next big project. As you guys can see, it's quite cool. This is going to be... split into two parts. So, not the episode, but this area. So, this area right here... And then maybe we put something here, stuff like that. But this area here, if we do end up putting something here, like this is what we're calling Nature Park L. And over here is Nature Park W. L for land and W for water. So I've got some ideas on what I want to do. Right here, we are going to have a grizzly bear. And then it'll have this area for swimming. Over here, we are going to do beavers. They will have this amount of area for swimming. And then over here, we're going to do cranes, and they will have this area for swimming. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. If there is like something else that's really small that can go in like a water area, I'd put something right here. And maybe even move this bridge a little bit. I don't know, something along those lines. But for right now, this is how everything is going to be looking. The water was at a higher level at some point. I'm sure you guys can kind of notice because of all the dirt and stuff like that. I don't know why, but when I started messing with everything again and making like deeper areas for where the beavers are going to go, all of a sudden I just couldn't place it again, which now that I think about it, I'm actually going to have to do that because we're going to need that area to place barriers, and it's actually probably a good thing that I remove the water, but we are going to place it again just to get everything painted. Yeah, for some reason it's obstructed when I try to do that, but that's okay, because, yeah, the beavers are going to have, like, from here, and then this, and then a glass barrier to here, and then we're going to have a barrier that reaches all the way back to there. So they're going to have a great area. The grizzly's going to have this entire island to itself. And then the cranes are going to have this somewhat small area, but yeah, this is like our aquatic little area. Just kind of putting forest type creatures in. Some of you might not think of a crane as a forest type creature, but you'd really be surprised. You really would. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Raccoons? Red River hogs, actually. Do they require swimming area? No. They don't. But for some reasons raccoons do, right? Yeah. Beyond me why they care about swimming, but maybe we could put in a raccoon or the Red River hogs. One of those two. For now we're just going to do these three enclosures that I've already planned, but if you guys want to see a Red River hog here or a raccoon here, maybe we'll do a poll on the community page or something along those lines. But another thing I wanted to look at is this bridge. This bridge right here, kind of obviously it's there for specific reasons, but it also works as a really nice viewing area of where this grizzly is going to be, and it actually looks pretty amazing. And I'm pretty happy with all that. Obviously, we're gonna probably, I kind of want to build, like, maybe use like a brick barrier, like a standalone brick barrier, and just put a wall here, kind of walling off the zoo, and then we're gonna put like a small enclosure that kind of goes like right, maybe like this or something like that. I don't know, tiny enclosure there, and then this area, we're going to work on our next areas over here. And then we'll probably go like all the way out to here and stuff like that. And this is where we're going to come off and build a bigger like zoo with more zoo-like animals and stuff like that. I mean, obviously forest animals are zoo-like animals, but you know, there are animals out there that are more like zoo animals, like, you know, like African, like lions, elephants, things like that. I want to actually start getting into that pretty soon. But for right now, as you guys can see, our boats are still looping around this. I just kind of have them doing their thing. Something I am going to change. We're going to close port at 8 miles an hour. And then we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, we're going to hop into a speed build. So enjoy the speed build, guys, and I will catch you afterwards. Okay, everyone, welcome to today's speed build. Today, before we get into anything, just wanted to remind you guys to hit that sub and that notification bell for future videos. And today, yeah, we're going to be getting started on this river attraction. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of covered most of it before I built everything, but you know, yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. You know, just building in the crane enclosure, and then we get into the other enclosures and stuff like that. But yeah, so what I plan on doing is you guys vote in the comments for whether you want that red river hog or the raccoon in that next area. But for now, we are just placing in all these barriers and getting everything ready. Starting with, we did the crane, and now we're on to the grizzly bear, which I'm going to be using this thick glass for, because I don't think I've ever actually used the thick glass before, so I actually kind of like the idea of using it here. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's pretty cool. But anyways, you know, we just kind of put all this in, get it all nice and tidied up in there. And then I eventually, yep, there we go. I put in a little bit of an area for them to go swimming in that side of the island as well. And then I just kind of raise it very slightly. And yeah, get a nice little bit of swimming area in there. And then next we do the beavers. And honestly, this was not that hard. It was just very time consuming. It was pretty simple though, honestly. And then, you know, making the beavers area. Honestly, now that I go back on it, I think I made the beaver enclosure way too big. I mean, I talk about it later in the episode, and I actually end up shorting and like making it smaller quite a few times actually, but just none of those times actually stick. Yeah, like right here. Yep, you can see me making it a lot smaller there in that regard, because it's just a little too much. And then I place in that water thing, which I don't even power until the end of the episode because I completely forgot about it. But yeah, and then we go ahead and fill in the rest of the river, and everything looks very nice. And then we start, you know, placing in the stuff for the cranes. I kind of cut out most of it because I honestly forgot that I had my recording paused. I was just gonna pause it like until I got a basic idea of what I wanted to do when like some of the animals actually moved in. And then, you know, I obviously noticed that bit of terrain that I messed up now, but eventually you'll see that I kind of go back to it. And I just didn't notice it quite yet there. But yeah, you'll see I noticed it just now, and yeah, there we go. It's all good and dandy. Something that's actually really funny is the cranes end up being able to get out of one little spot. I don't know if that's on camera or not when they escape and stuff like that, but yeah, that happens. But anyways, I outlined the Grizzlies Island with rock because rock is very important to them, and then I start, you know, getting rid of some of that long grass because they really are not a fan of it. And it takes a long time before I actually get to the to be finishing with that, but for you guys it didn't take that long. And then, man, oh man, was placing the trees down for these guys a little bit time consuming because they really like coverage. And when you give them an enclosure this big, you have to have a lot of trees and plants and etc. etc. And you know, it was just rough. It was rough placing everything like that. I mean, for you guys it's only like 20-30 seconds, but for me it was like 10-15 minutes of nothing but placing plants over and over again. But yeah, it looks really nice, and eventually I line these common reeds up. And it's funny because the grizzlies actually don't like these reeds, but it's really not affecting them that much. They really don't care about it that much, so I just left it anyways. Because I didn't feel like, you know, moving it around and whatnot. And then eventually they finally get their coverage, and then I can start placing in their things. And then I think about placing those fish feeders, but then I remember that, you know, they don't really have deep enough water to have that stuff in. Which is weird that they can get all this aquatic stuff, but not one of their biomes is not aquatic in the Zoopedia. But then I placed some of these climbing things. Like I put one right up next to that bridge, just in case one of them wants to sit up there and show off to everybody and things like that. And then I put one of the large balls near the water and things along those lines, just getting everything nice and neat. Yeah, you can see they don't like the common reeds. But I'm keeping it anyways because I said so. And then, anyways, over now to the beavers. Go ahead and place some trees in there and some broken trees and some stumps. You know, make it look like they've been doing their work on in their little trees there and stuff like that. And I put in these little water tapello trees because I don't know, they kind of look nice, and I'm sure beavers would like to see those. And then yeah, you know, just placing all this other plants and stuff in, trying to make it not look super barren, which it does kind of come out that way. But I think that's only because of the surroundings of the habitat is just like that. And so yeah, as you guys can see, I'm like messing with all their enrichments. And as I was placing these, I was like, there's really not many spots for the everybody to see it if they're on the land. They're really only going to see the beavers when they're swimming, really. Yeah, and that was kind of a thought that went through my head. Other than that, I did place a rubber duck though, and one of the beavers was in there, and I kind of forgot to put a shelter down for him, so I put another little log shelter in there for him, one that's not quite as large, but it's still there. And then I opened that boat ride up, and I actually had to tweak it quite a bit because there was just so many people who wanted to ride that. It was crazy. But as you guys can see, I'm placing the donation bins for the grizzly bears. And I actually end up having to get rid of this because I tried to make it as close as possible, but I really can't. And then I was going to try to like move their barriers around, but I wasn't feeling it at the moment. And yeah, there's where I was talking about, where they keep getting stuck in those rocks and things along those lines. And then I noticed when the wind turbine starts running out, it doesn't really power that keeper hut anymore, so I just put a solar panel next to it to keep things going there and things along those lines. But, you know, it wasn't too hard of a build. It was pretty easy. After a while, I just kind of start looking around and trying to see if there's anything else I really want to do. I mean, other than that, I just kind of look at the profits of things, and I actually end up doing quite a lot of tweaks off camera, but I don't really mess with much of it other than that. And then you guys can see me expanding that over there so they can walk to that curb scent marker that I placed down. And then I kind of start watching this, and that's when I finally get the idea of everything, and actually end up hiring a new janitor and all that. But yeah, that's kind of the end of this, so enjoy the rest of the episode, guys. Okay, wow, that was definitely a build and a half there. I mean, it really didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer than this, but yeah, I don't know, it was still quite a lot. I'm just happy that it's finally done. The grizzlies seem to be having a good time, other than the fact that they were getting stuck there, but I just put a rock here to stop them from going in there in general. Okay, so I have some thoughts, and I want to know what you guys are thinking on this. Beavers look good too, by the way. But, you know, things are looking good. So here's what I'm going to say. Either in the comments, and then I'm gonna have you guys vote in the comments, and then maybe I'll make a community post too. I want you guys to vote on what goes here. We can either do the Red River Hogs or raccoons. I mean, if we do the Red River Hogs here, it's not like I couldn't put raccoons in like right here or over here or something. But Red River Hog or raccoon for the river adventure place. And yeah, I had to make the queue a little bit bigger because it's still just absolutely getting packed. I might have to make more boats. Yeah, we're gonna make more boats. We're gonna do like 6. Just need more boats. Just need everybody to keep going. More and more boats. Okay, if 6 isn't enough to keep everybody loaded up constantly, I don't know what is. Because that is a lot of boats. That is damaged barriers. I might need to hire an extra mechanic who just does repairing. Starting to think that might be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Staff. Mechanic. Come here. You. Yes. Yes, repair. Yeah, I just want you to do some repairs. That's all I want from you. And go ahead and train. Go ahead and get up there. So, many guys think tickets are priced. Very cool. We're going to go up to 15 and 12. I think that's pretty fair pricing. One thing that I'm not super thrilled is that the guests really aren't like messing with the grizzlies, like the bridge as much. I mean, I guess it's not, I mean, it might not just be that great a view. Some people are looking at them from way over there. Just go up here. Like this is probably a really nice view right here. Ooh, there's like something going on over here. But yeah, I mean, that'll probably do it for this episode. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had the idea to do something like this since I started the zoo. I just, you know, that wasn't really exactly something you could start with because that costs a lot of money to build that. But it looks really amazing. I'm actually really stoked about it. Other things that I'm thinking about are like, I mean, my original idea for this area was like I was gonna do like different monkeys and lemurs and do like a bunch of little islands, you know? And then I thought, and then like after a while I was like, well, that doesn't really fit with what I have going here anymore, so let's just do forest creatures. And then we've got like the red crown cranes, and then we've got the beavers and the grizzly bears, and yeah, and then eventually we'll put something here, and that'll be nice too. Some things I'm thinking are like maybe some of these enclosures are just a little too big. Like the beavers one, I mean I kind of like expanded this area so they could walk over here to this herb scent marker. But I'm starting to think that I should maybe like cut it off here. That doesn't seem like a horrible idea now that I think about it. But other than that, this looks really good. My only complaint is at the water level. I can't put it higher for some weird reason. I don't really know why. But yeah. Okay, so it looks like the queue's not getting crazy full now that there's a ton of boats. And I like that all the boats are getting spread out pretty evenly. But yeah, it looks like we're barely keeping the queue emptied out. Now, in Planet Coaster, there was a thing where you could make it so like a specific amount of guests have to get on the ride before it can actually go, and I was going to make it so you have to fill the boat first. But oh well. Maybe I should play... Do you guys want me to play a theme park game? I could totally play a theme park game. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I don't have a theme park game, but I could get one eventually. But anyways, the only other thought that I really have with this zoo is really, I'm thinking maybe like make like some kind of thing here and do like, I don't know, would that be a north entrance and this would be a south entrance? Like do another entrance right here is kind of my thought process. Do another entrance right there. I don't know. That might not be a horrible idea, and then I can put, you know, like bathrooms, food, stuff like that over there. And then we can kind of get started on our big thing. But what I kind of want to do is, at some point, I'm probably going to move this, like, maybe to the other side here or something. And then I want to kind of make the path go, like, around this, like that. You know, and kind of get to the beavers and stuff. Is their water getting dirty? It is. Is it not covered? Are you not powered? You're not powered. How does this not reach over there? Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I could see why it doesn't want to reach over there. Okay, so we are gonna go and get a wind turbine. And will a wind turbine reach over there? Yes, it definitely will. There we go. And then I assume the negative, not that the negative impact matters just yet, but it will at some point when I bring the path out to this way. I definitely want to bring it around the Grizzly Island because the Grizzlies, for some reason, they're just... I feel like this is such a nice viewing area, you know? Like, I feel like this is a really great viewing area, and people are seeing them. I'm just really surprised that this isn't that popular, you know? But anyways, I think we're going to leave it at that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription, and share this video with a friend. And I will catch you all in the next video. Enjoy the cinematics.